certain that you are not going to get anything from anybody there. There is nothing to change there, nothing to be transformed there. That certainty I have. If somebody promises and you fall for that kind of a promise, good luck to you. That's all that I can say. Go where you will, do what you like, but don't waste your time here. You are not going to get anything here. What you are interested, you can get somewhere for a price. Pay and get it. So why bother hang around me? You are not going to get anything because there is nothing to get. Nothing to get, nothing to change.
In which sense do you function differently?
It never occurs to me that I function differently from anybody. The thought that I am different from anybody never enters my head. I don't think you are anything that I am not. But when once you ask these questions, I begin to realize that you and I seem to be functioning in two different states of being, if I may use that word, quote and unquote. But I try to understand, you see, what the problem is there in you. I don't see any problem. And you are only interested in solutions, you see. My interest is to point out that it is the solutions that you take as valid or responsible for your problems, just to point out. Then I am back in the situation as to what's the problem with him? I don't see any problem, you see. So when you begin to throw those questions at me, I just point out those questions are born out of the answers you already have. Without those answers, there won't be any questions. You see, I don't have any questions of any kind. How come you have questions? You are searching for some meaning, some purpose. And religion provides all answers for that. Still, you haven't found a meaning, no purpose. Always looking for something more interesting to do, but there's nothing more interesting to me, more purposeful, more meaningful to do than what I am doing at this moment. If you are not here, I would turn the television on and entertain myself there. Why you should entertain yourself? Why not? The whole thing is an entertainment.
We put some motive in you there, and that makes you talking to us.
Otherwise,
Why
not with the idea of saving.
helping.
You can go to hell.
Yes.
Stay there for good. Get out, I'm saying.
But why don't you call it helping? What's the difference? I mean, what's the difference between
The
helping?
only help I can give you is to call a policeman and throw you out, which I don't want to do. There is certain things like common decency and elementary manners. That's all. I'm not just saying all these things for the sake of saying things. You see, so why do you talk? Too absurd to ask that question. Why it doesn't occur to you that you are the one that is responsible for all this talking? If you go out, that's the end of the story for you. What I would do with myself, why are you concerned about it? It's not that, you see. I feel that if you go, there is always somebody to talk to. I assure you that it is not one of self-fulfillment for me. If it were so, that would be my tragedy. I'm doing this for my self-fulfillment. No. Even if you project that image on me, it is just fine with me. I know it is not one of self-fulfillment at all.
But no, there should be an exchange, and there cannot be an exchange.
There can't be.
No, there cannot be. If we try to talk together, we are going to compare our set of information. What I know, what you know. No. But if we start to fight, something is going to happen. If we sing together, something is going to happen. But on the level of information, I cannot meet you, because my past experience is different and yours is different. You've been reading different books, I read different books, and So if we try to, yes, you remember, what is the writer you prefer, and so on, we are comparing information, and there we are never going to meet. But if we would simply be silent and sit together, as in a Zen monastery, something happens.
If you call the way that you are functioning the natural state, I can't see what is unnatural about the way that I'm functioning.
Wanting to be something other than what you are is unnatural to me. The demand to change yourself, to bring about a change, radical or otherwise, is the cultural input there. You see, you must be something other than what you are. So that is the movement in the direction of becoming something, The movement in the direction of becoming is really the problem, because it is that creates and tells you that this is me and I want to be something like that. It doesn't matter whether you want to be a billionaire, which you consider is a materialistic goal, or to be an enlightened man or a god man or whatever is your particular fancy. Both are exactly the same. The society, culture may consider one superior to the other, but basically and essentially, both the movements in the direction of becoming something other than what you are is the one that is creating all the problems. If there is a problem, you have to do something to free yourself from the problem. I am suggesting that what you are doing is the one that is creating the problem, and that is not going to help you to free yourself from that problem.
Listen, Eugene, it's not possible for us to get to the bottom of it.
What do you want? Tell me.
To get to the bottom of
Bottom of what?
this living life. You've just spoken and said something about the human condition, which I didn't know about because I'm inside it. You allegedly are outside it, and so you've said something which I feel might be important to an insider who cannot see the degradation, who cannot feel the degradation, who cannot feel the masochism. That may be one of the things what your use is.
By coming here, you have lost the precious chance you have of resolving that problem for yourself and by yourself. Then you will know that nobody else, no outsider can help you, and you have no way you can free yourself.
Yeah, but if you've taken a step out, then you can see what I can't see.
Because I think that part of me is wants to be real, but a part of me as well is unreal, and it's trying to work out that contradiction, and that's why I come and discuss, argue the toss with him, and try to, in a way, through the talk and through the discussion, find myself, if that is possible.
No chance. So you might as well, live in this world, suffer in this world, live in misery and die in misery. There is no way out except to take a drug and go to sleep. For some time, you have to wake up again, or put yourself to sleep for good. I'm sorry.
So what is then this relation between ourselves and the world we live in?
Absolutely nothing, except that the world you experience is the one that is created by you.
But
you are living in a world of your own. You have created a world of your own experiences and try to project it on the world. So you have no way of experiencing the reality of the world at all. You and I use the same word to describe that as a video camera. What you are holding as, you see, a pen or a pencil, as the case may be. So we have to accept all these things as valid because they are workable, you see. They make us function in this world to communicate only on that level, you see, intelligently.
I am not in accord of many things. When you say that the world exists only because it's a projection of my imagination. but the world doesn't exist in itself. I cannot understand this declaration, this statement. I don't understand. Really, I try to understand, but he say you cannot understand because the instrument you use to understand is the intellect. Your intellect is conditioned, and so you cannot do. But what I can do? Nothing. Closed. Finished. They say, all the time, bye-bye.
You tell me what is there to understand. You tell me.
The,
I will sit at
the
your feet.
signification of life.
Huh?
The signification of life.
The significance of life.
Yes.
Huh? How long will it take to understand the significance and meaning
That
of
is
life?
not
80 years gone. So you're already asking the question, you see, what will happen? I don't have many more years left.
Also, if you understand the signification of life, and that at the end of my life, that is something interesting.
No, same question you will ask after another 20 years. I guarantee it. Until you stop asking that question. When that question is not there, you are dead. So that's the reason why you keep asking the question. You do not want the question to come to an end. The question and death are very closely related. They are one and the same. The answers that those people, the wise men, have given you are not really the answers. And so if they were the answers, there wouldn't be any question there. The fact that you keep asking this question all the time means that they are not the answers. Supposing I give you an answer, you will repeat this. The fact that there is no significance, no meaning, no purpose, is something which you will not accept. The certainty that is here cannot be transmitted to you or to anybody. I have no illusions. When that comes to an end, there is no need for me to transmit anything. There won't be anybody left there to find out the meaning, the purpose, and the significance of life. Then only you will understand. Nature has no use for your culture, no use for our ideas, no use for your religious thinking, no use for gods. The nature wants your body to recycle. I'm sorry.
I cannot agree completely.
You cannot agree because it's frightening. That is that all after 80 years of my life discussing these very profound questions for 61 years, the usefulness of this body is only for nature, which is interested in recycling this body. There must be something more than that. Come on, Mr. Artalani. You just go out.
Take care.
Walk. Do something more significant.
To discuss about those things is for me very interesting. I had hope that I can realize before my death something real of that, but they was only words and words. Also now, I am this conviction.